Hello everyone, my name is Local Possum and welcome to episode 4 of my survival world. Out of these 5 themes, today's theme is going to be farms. And the goal is going to be make a sheep, gunpowder, and Enderman farm. Let's get into it. So, the first of the farms that I want to work on is the gunpowder farm. Basically what this farm is going to look like, it's going to be a large square in the sky, because you want it to be 128 blocks from any place that mobs can spawn, so that the only place they can spawn is the box. So we're going to build a big square up here, and a little tube sticking down so that they will fall down to where I can hit and kill them. So, for the gunpowder farm, it's going to be a basic gunpowder farm, but I'm going to decorate it to look like a mushroom. And hopefully, it will look very cool, just a big old floating mushroom up there. I don't know how many blocks I'm going to need. Alright. So, we have built a tower 128 blocks tall. If you look down in the water right now, because we are 128 blocks up, there are no creatures in there. There's no squids, there are no tropical fish, nothing. That's good. That means we're the right height. How do I not have a torch? What is this, the Middle Ages? So we build a 22 block tower up, and then we get to work on the platform that will spawn the creepers. Oh no, ow. Well, that's what happens when the creepers falls. They're gonna fall down just like I did. But I can get out. Ha! Because I have wings. Bet you didn't think about that, creepers, getting wings. Whew! That was a good landing. Okay. I thought I was going to bounce and fall all the way back down. Alright. This is what I'm calling now the breadsticks. It's just some long strings of wheat. I didn't want to build a big field because it's difficult to harvest. But if I make it in a straight line, I can either bone meal it or harvest it really quickly. And it just kind of looks funny. So, that's what we got there. A little wheat farm. Oh, isn't that cool? Okay, if you look at this blue of the water, it's like a darker blue. And then it goes into the light teal because I built it right on the line of the ocean. Oh, that looks neat. That's cool. This is the platform that the creepers will be on. Eventually, after they wander, they will fall into the water that I've placed here. And they will slowly but surely get pushed. Eventually, they will go down there. They will get pushed and they will go, ah, and they'll fall. So we've got the space that we need them to spawn on. We've got the water that's going to push them to the middle. But they're not just going to wander off a 2-block tall space. They're a little bit smarter than that, but we are even smarter than them. So what we do is you place trapdoors. Why am I using rockets for this? Okay, I'm going to place trapdoors along all of here and then open them. So the creeper will think, oh, sick, I can just crawl across this trapdoor and keep on walking around. But it can't. It'll go do-do-do-do. Oh, I'm standing on a trapdoor, but I've fallen. They can't do anything about that, and they get pushed to the center. I've also got a little setup here. If we look in the wheat, I've also got, I think maybe like 12 chickens in a hole. And I've got a little hopper beneath them collecting the eggs. And, yeah. We got a lot of eggs. I've got a future project in mind for all these eggs. But for now, I've got a couple hoppers collecting those eggs for me, and it is working out beautifully. There we go. We got 64 bamboo trapdoors. And bamboo trapdoors are the coolest trapdoors. I will not hear otherwise. They look very cool. And I think they're super underutilized in 100% of things. Anytime you can use a bamboo trapdoor, you should use a bamboo trapdoor. They're cool. We've got a space for the creepers to spawn. We have got a water tunnel to push them towards the center. And we've got trapdoors to trick them into walking into the water tunnel. The next thing we have to add is walls and a roof, because this space is far too bright for any creepers to spawn. With the carpet placed down, we now successfully have a place where spiders can't spawn. That eliminates one of the mobs besides creepers. Now we need to make sure that skeletons and zombies can't spawn here as well. And the way we're going to do that is build the roof and then put trapdoors all along the roof on the inside. Since creepers are just short enough that they can spawn underneath trapdoors, but zombies and skeletons are not. We're going to do each quadrant with a different type of wood because that's how much wood I have right now. Alright, now we get to place a lot of trapdoors. Alright, first set of trapdoors are in place. Now that we've got all 4 quadrants covered with trapdoors, the skeletons and zombies cannot spawn here. And we've placed carpet on the ground so that spiders cannot spawn here. So the only mob that can spawn in this weird configuration of space is creepers. So what I'm going to do here is, this is actually just going to be the place where the creepers will fall and die automatically. And if I want, I can remove these campfires and just swipe and kill the creepers myself. But since I don't have any looting on this yet that would let me get more gunpowder, it's just as convenient to let them burn on the campfires, drop the gunpowder. We'll place the last block there. It should be completely dark in there. Let's see if we get any creepers down here. Ah, first creeper in there. Okay, we have proof of concept. All right, 50 gunpowder in 10 minutes. That's not bad. I would like it to be a little more productive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll add 2 more layers and then see how much gunpowder that will give us. And remember, we've still got to decorate this. So if you're thinking, oh man, that looks ugly, you're correct, but it will look cool soon. I was able to add 2 more layers to the creeper farm. So now it has 3 layers. And you'll notice that if we take a step back, it has been decorated, at least on the outline, to look like a mushroom. I'm going to be filling the rest of this in with mushroom block. And ideally, it will be both a functioning creeper farm and a very cool mushroom. And one of the other farms I mentioned that I was going to make is a sheep farm. So I'm going to have 1 sheep of each of these colors. And you can dye the sheep so they'll be colored. And that's going to use a little bit of redstone, not anything super complicated. It's basically just going to be a grass block that the sheep eats. And an observer here that will send out a signal when the grass block is eaten. And once the grass block is eaten, the sheep regrows its wool. And there will be a little signal that will go boop, 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 boop. And so as soon as the sheep eats the grass and has grown back its wool, it will automatically get sheared. It's really nice to have the sheep dyed the color so that you don't just have a bunch of white sheep that you're shearing and then you also have to go back and dye it. If we have it like this, then you only need, let's say, 1 green dye to dye a sheep and you get infinite amounts of green wool instead of having to dye each individual piece of wool. It's very cool. I was doing a little bit of fishing because I want to get some name tags. So I made this just tiny little fishing setup here. It's got a little chair that I can sit in. Sometimes you fish up like books that are enchanted. So I've got a little bookshelf where I can put all those books. I got a chest that will keep all the fish. I fished up a Luck of the Sea 3 mending fishing rod. That is very cool. Luck of the Sea 3, I think it pops up your odds of getting something that's not a fish from something like 5 to 10 or 15%. It's very cool. And then mending is great because you get experience points while you're fishing. So the bow or the fishing rod just heals itself. It's so cool. Infinite fishing rod. Love it. So we've got that there. We got a couple little plants here, some sugar cane. We have this as kind of like a little beach umbrella, and I have the string there so I can place the carpets on top. So it kind of looks like a little beach umbrella over the little chair here where I can go fishing. We got a little bit of glow lichen so there no mob spawn here. And then I have a tiny little bedroom. I like the idea that my little fisherman just has little pictures of fish in here as inspiration. Kind of like that cat hanging off the thing saying, you can do it. There's just little pictures of fish in here. And so I could sleep in here at night if I'm doing a bunch of fishing here. And I like that the lantern's right there because I want it to feel kind of cramped. Like Maybe every time the little fisherman wakes up, he hits his head on the lantern. Anyway, so yeah, I got this little thing built. I came on and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get some work done on the mushroom thing over there, and I'm gonna get some work done on the sheep farm, and then I got distracted and built this. But I find it really cute and I like it. And I also did, again, I came on here to work on that and got distracted. I touched up the stone here. I added a lot of moss, kind of give it just a cool feel, because I really liked the stone brick stairs I had, but they were getting a little plain. They were just all the generic ones, so I added some mossy ones. I added some moss carpet just along the whole cliff face here, and I added some some mossy cobblestone. So yeah, let me take one more look at it. Yeah, it's a little greener. I like it, kind of blends in a bit better. We got the gunpowder farm over there. We've got the sheep farm down there. The last one I want to build is an Enderman Farm. I have a shulker box full of all the stuff I'm going to need to build the Enderman Farm. We are now 128 blocks out. This is the distance where we can now start building the farm. While nothing can spawn on this, if I look at an Enderman and make it angry, I believe it can still teleport to this. So that's why we put the moss carpet on, because it can't teleport onto carpet. Now this farm I actually am going to be following a tutorial on. I followed a tutorial from Pixel Riffs, I believe, and I will link that below. This one is really easy to understand and pretty easy and simple to build. Let's get to building it. Okay, so to show you the parts of this, I'm going to do a little bit of free cam. So I'm going to stay standing here, and I'm going to have a little camera that's going to go around and explain it. Just because if I get too close, the Endermen are going to start spawning, and I want to show it off first. So first thing we have is a bridge that goes 128 blocks out. So that once you get to this point, no Enderman can spawn on that island. You want to make it at the lowest Y level possible, just because mobs spawn from the bottom up. It's just the thing they do. So building it lower makes it as quick as possible for mobs to spawn. And there is also carpet on top of them, because mobs, like Endermen, can't teleport on top of the carpets, or at least it makes it very difficult. This is the platform on which they spawn, the stones here. And then the other blocks are here just because apparently it encourages them to spawn more frequently. Not my specialty, but it works. And so what I have here, now that I'm close enough to see it, there's an endermite in this minecart. They're just a little creature that Endermen will actively attack if they can see it. So I've placed it in a place where the Endermen can see it. They will get aggravated at it, come up here, fall down into this hole, and then they will stay angry at the endermite, but they can't reach it. And I can stand right here, hit them with my sword, and kill a lot of them very, very quickly. So that is the setup for the Enderman Farm. Again, you can see it's pretty simple. It's just like leaves, a couple blocks, some carpet, and then the minecart and the endermite are the most tedious part. Every time I hit now, the experience bar is just going up. I'm going to go back to the overworld, and I'm going to die, so I have 0 experience, and then I'm going to show you how quick. I'm willing to throw 42 levels out of my hand. I am going to burn 42 levels because that is how efficient this farm is. So, also, I was just trying to enchant my sword, because I just made the Enderman Farm and it was super efficient, and I was like, cool, I need to spruce up my sword a bit. It's only got sharpness 2. I wanted to have something a little cooler. So I go to enchant it, and there's a sharpness 4, and I was like, sick. That's going to be an awesome enchantment. And there's always a small chance that you can get additional enchantments when you enchant something. I enchant this boy with sharpness 4, and I get unbreaking 3, looting 3, and knockback 2. What is up with that? That's so good. Now I'm like afraid I've got like bad Minecraft karma because I got such good luck with this thing. I am going to set a timer on my phone for 1 minute, just so you can see how efficient this thing is. Timer started. All right, that was 1 minute, and I am up to 15 levels and a lot of ender pearls. So, yeah, 5 minutes here will get you up to 30 levels easily. So, I forgot. In order to keep the endermite at the Enderman Farm from despawning, you have to give it a name. You have to put a little name tag on it. And I gave him a very cute little name. So, he's like a little purple worm. Just like a little purple worm creature. Let me pop over there. He's a purple little worm creature, as you can see. And so, since I had to name him, I thought he looked kind of like a little tardigrade. And he's purple. So I decided to name him Tardigrape. And I can't get close enough to show you, but that is his name, Tardigrape. And I love him very much. All right. The mushroom decoration on the Creeper Farm is complete. Inside there are 3 layers of Creeper Farm stuff. Makes about a stack and a half of gunpowder every 10 minutes, which is plenty for me. It did take about 5,244 mushroom blocks. That's a lot of blocks. That was about twice as many as I thought, and I did have to go back and harvest more mushroom block, but it looks really cool. I'm very proud of it. It did take about twice as long as I expected, but it turned out beautifully. And if we spin around, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. If we do a little spin around from farther away, look at that. And down here, again, not decorated yet, but fully functional, a sheep farm with all the different colors of wool. So if we pop down in here and check the chest, you can see this sheep has pink wool. We got a stack or so pink wool in there. I'm definitely going to spruce it up a bit later, add some color, make it not look like a very basic excavated cave, which is what it is. I'll probably add some of this glass to be stained glass to go with the thematic color of whatever sheep is right there. It works well, and I'm happy with it. And I was also able to, I flew to a village like 1,000 blocks that way, and I fiddled around and was able to get a villager that had a silk touch book and a mending book. Because I'm getting tired of my tools breaking, and they're so expensive to repair. So I was able to get that, and then I was able to make them zombified and then cured, which makes it go from about 30 emeralds for a book to about 1, which was phenomenal. I got really excited because they were so cheap, and wrong box. And I bought like 12 mending books because they were 1 emerald each. And I also bought, I'm never going to need this much silk touch. I'm going to save the mending books for when I actually have like protection 4, unbreaking 3, like the super good armor. I did a little bit of that in the background. Again, only lost a little bit of sanity. The Enderman Farm is built as you saw. The sheep farm is down there working well. And the beautiful creeper farm that looks like a mushroom is up and running as well. Now that I have the Enderman Farm, if I need to repair my elytra, which does have mending on it, I go to the XP farm for like 30 seconds and my elytra is, boom, mended back up. Don't have to worry about it breaking. And that is super convenient because my elytra was costing me like 30 levels to repair. And that's very expensive. So now it just costs about a 2-minute trip to the end, and that is beautiful. All right. I'll be honest, this episode was a lot more work than I expected it to be. I think about half of my time was dedicated just to making that beautiful mushroom that you can see in the background. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I am also happy to never harvest a mushroom block again in my life. 5,244. That's so many. But I'm very happy that it is done and it is functioning. I have the sheep farm back here up and running as well, alongside the Enderman Farm. I'm going to spruce up the sheep a little bit later, but for now it is up and running and I am happy with that. And I'm happy with the big floating mushroom. So, thank you all for watching. This has been a tiring but rewarding episode. And for next episode, I think the theme is going to be redstone. And listen, just bear with me. The goal is going to be to build a weird perpetual chicken machine because I have like 2 chests full of eggs and I think it would be cool to build an infinite chicken machine. Listen, it'll be cool and it will be fun and it'll be incredibly chaotic. And it'll be a nice little breather from the farms I've been working on here. It'll be very fun. So, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next episode. Bye!